brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode where everything good in life is worth talking about. This is good old gal Julieanna, who can't speak today, and joining me...
Do you want me to use the hand signals? You are Julieanna.
I guess so.
The big J.
God bless you.
And with us today is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get on the chopper.
You would think after all these years I would know how to say my own name.
And
okay.
we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So joining me today at this table, yay, for this episode, is whatever. Good old boy Dave.
I is happy to be here.
Thank you. And good old boy Mike.
Howdy, everybody.
And good old boy Jason.
I be here.
Yes, you be here. We all be here. Well, yay. So, for those of you that don't know, our Suds segments, which this is a Suds segment, by the way, is all about beer and more beer. Today's show is a brewery takeover. Yay! We are talking about one of my favorite breweries from one of my favorite cities. Favorite. Yes.
She likes it.
Yeah. The Lou is very near and dear to my heart.
The bathroom?
No.
We are going to talk about St. Louis style pizza, though, right? That is... There's going to be I was told there was going to be a Provel tasting.
Yes, that comes later.
Oh, okay.
Here
Delightful.
comes the fist fight.
Yes, and the fist fight. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Four Hands Brewing Company from St. Louis, Missouri. Dave did some research and got some background information.
So, Four Hands was named after the owner's favorite act at a carnival freak show. You see, there's this young lady there, and she's got an extra pair of hands, and they're right on her...
Hey! Dave.
They're right on her...
Stop. You didn't really do any research, did you?
No.
Really?
Well, I was busy. I mean, you know.
Mike, is this how it always is?
Yep, pretty much every single show.
Dude, okay, let me just flip and bail you out, okay?
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Pretty much. Okay, so just let me take it from here, okay?
Please.
Four Hands Brewing Company is located in LaSalle Park neighborhood of St. Louis. With a focus on providing well-rounded portfolio, which they do, Four Hands offers 4 year-round beers, along with a slew of seasonal beers. It boasts a 20,000 square foot brewing facility. Man, that's beautiful. With 3,000 of those square feet dedicated to barrel aging. Wrap that around your head. Yes. The barrels used range from whiskey to wine, and this allows for a complex yet drinkable line of beers. In addition, a designated sour program will take center stage this summer. Now, do any of you crazy kids know what the deal is with the logo?
Well, there's this young lady...
No.
I'm told that it involves 4 hands. Is that...
Yes.
Is it because Backhands Brewing was already taken?
No. Okay.
Because 8 hands was too much?
Oh, that's bad.
Because the name the home brewer was called Three Hands?
No.
And that came next?
Okay. No. So...
Are you saying all of these were poor guesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, what I like about it is that if you look at it really closely, you have 2 sets of grown-up hands and 2 sets of children's hands because Mr. Lamp wanted to include his family, which is his wife and his 2 kids. So that makes up the hop of which Four Hands Brewing Company is named.
So their hands have hops on them?
Do I get free beer at the end of this educational seminar?
So their kids make the beer too?
There are child labor laws in place that I'm
Not in
fairly
St.
sure.
Louis. Wait, are we banned in that state now?
Banned once again.
Now we are.
Okay, but I think it's a really cool logo. Anyways.
Aw.
Wow. I am so glad to add that to a stack of completely useless information that I could use at a bar.
You know, it may win you, though, at...
Trivia challenge.
Don't
That-
talk to the
Exactly. Yeah,
that
strange
could
guy
happen.
at the bar. He has this stupid story about the Four Hands logo.
Okay, Mr. Lamp, I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, so the beers today that we're going to be discussing from Four Hands are Opus, which is a Saison, Smoked Pigasus, which is their porter, Pyrus, which is a farmhouse ale, Resurrected, an IPA, and Send Help, which is a blonde ale. So we're going to have good old boy Dave do the... No. Are we going to have good old boy Dave do the ratings? But since he's too busy thinking about girls with extra body parts, yeah. Good old boy Jason gets to do the honors of going over our suds ratings today. So please, Jason, help us.
Sparky.
Well, here's what we got. Today we're going to be tasting and discussing these beers and some Provel and rating them with these suds ratings plus our signature belching sounds. Here are those ratings now. 1 is, that sucks. Give me anything but a bud.
Or a St. Louis pizza.
Provel is real. Be afraid. 2 is, was that a belch? 3 is, what a relief. 4 is, I say, a body should not really make that sound. And 5 is, listen to that hang time, give me another.
Great job, Jason. So let's get to some beer. Up first is good old boy Mike with his pick, and that is...
Resurrection. Resurrected, I'm sorry, is the name of this beer. So this is an IPA, and here's a bit of the description from the brewer. Rise up and tantalize your taste buds with this mosaic hopped IPA. Would it be better if I used a British accent?
Yes.
Yes, it
could
would.
not be.
It would be resurrected. Pause amber color from firm off the white head. Look for the loads of tropical flavors for a medium-bodied IPA. Aromas of passion fruit, pineapple, and candied fruit dominate this IPA.
If you were a wee urchin selling newspapers on a London street corner, I would have bought them all, because that's
But would you love the resurrected IPA here from Four Hands?
governor.
I'm pretty
Governor,
sure he.
yes.
I'm pretty sure he said pine nipple.
Yeah.
So, by the way, so
Well, I know a little bit more about this beer to add. So this was a new lineup to Four Hands. They recently added this. It is something they actually package in cans, so it's pretty widely available. And part of it is they really wanted to bring an IPA that was not in their current lineup. They were looking for something that was complementary to the beers that they already had. So here's a little bit of my tasting notes on Resurrected from Four Hands. I really love the nose on this. It's kind of sweet and tropical. It has a pleasing bitterness to it. The mosaic is really quite evident in this. Very balanced. This is a solid IPA. My suds rating for Resurrected is a 4.
A body should really not make that sound. Wow. Good old boy Dave, what do you think? Oh, sorry. I'm going to my other side.
Your
today.
metric left.
good old boy
Yes.
Sparky.
It's true.
Jason.
Sparky got this.
Yes, please.
So, I thought this also had a fantastic nose, tropical, just a nice little range of hops. And I actually like the aroma better than the beer itself. I thought it was still, a decent IPA, and definitely got the, tropical flavors and the hops in it as well. But, I wasn't just like bowled over with it. I'd have to say I'd give it a 3 overall.
Oh, what a relief.
This
Well-
reminds me a lot of the who had the Simcoe from Pennsylvania. Weyerbacher Simcoe. But this is a mosaic
Yeah.
version
of that.
of a single hop,
Yeah.
IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, call me Fruit Cup here because I feel like it's a fruit cup.
Hey, Fruit Cup.
Yeah, whatever.
Guys, later. later on. It's not for now.
What do you think, Fruit Cup?
No, I really, really dug this in a fruit cuppy kind of way.
Can we say fruit cup one more time?
I think we have added to the lexicon of,
Fruit cuppy?
Of new words here. Fruit cuppy.
Okay.
cuppy.
Why? Thank you.
Is it I-E or Y?
I-E.
Okay.
Oh, it's French.
Yes, we wait. Yes, we wait. No, I really dug it. I love the aroma. I love the flavor, and yeah, I felt like a fruit cup. And I'm giving this a 4.
The body should really not make that sound of a fruit cup.
Dave, good old boy Dave.
You sure it's me this time?
Yeah.
Okay. So I love Mosaic hops. That's probably one of my favorite flavor and aroma hops. And this one was all up in it. So I'm going to give it a fruit cup rating of 4.
Ooh, my body should really not make that sound. Thank you so much. That's really cool.
So here's what we're going to do with the final fruit cup. I've decided that it's probably in my best interest to eat it, because I don't want to be wasteful, but I'm going to try to get a little bit more out of it than what I'd otherwise get. Which means I'm going to lay these pieces out on the table, and I'm going to see how many we get. What's the value? So now you're asking yourself, what do we do with this information? We know that there's 3 watermelon chunks, 4 pineapple chunks, and 3 cantaloupe chunks. Well, I think the only productive thing to do at this
Okay,
point...
well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with some more beer from Four Hands. Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are talking about a takeover from Four Hands Brewing Company in St. Louis. Next up is...
Come on, Screwy! See you in St. Louis!
Exactly. Next up is good old boy Jason. Which beer are you going to talk about?
How many of those before we take the soundboard away from him?
This is why we can't have nice things.
Talking to me.
Exactly.
It's true. No adult supervision whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I've got Pyrus, which is a farmhouse ale. And it originates from the genus of the pear tree. Pyrus is their fall and winter Saison, brewed with pear juice, whole white peppercorns, and the zest of fresh oranges. Pyrus pours a hazy golden hue with aromas of pear, citrus, and spice, a perfect complement to seasonal fare. I wonder what season. Fall.
And winter.
Winter.
That's what they said.
Yeah. Okay.
Where'd you
Just
find this
checking.
guy?
I don't know. Well,
He had a sign
there's a long story.
on the side of the road.
We'll talk for beer.
We'll drink beer. We'll drink beer and talk in a microphone.
Oh goodness. So this one was very interesting to me because I love farmhouse ales and saisons as a rule, but lots of fruit on the nose in this one. Just really overwhelming with the peaches. That's what just hits you in the face on that. Not a whole lot of funkiness or anything like that. And then when you taste it, you really get hit with the classic saison flavor. Then I was really tasting the pepper after that, and then the very end, I got the pears. So even though while the smell is all pear, for me it was really more about some of the other things going on in the bottle. And again, I don't know what it was about this particular beer, but I started thinking about the possibilities of maybe turning this into a cocktail somehow, especially because of the spices and fruit flavors.
You do love your cocktails.
I
don't
do
you?
like cocktails. Yeah, that's why I have this monocle. But no, I think overall on this bad boy, I'd have to give it a 3.
Oh, what a relief. Oh.
Jinx,
Echo.
you owe me a Coke.
Whatever.
Guys, that was a moment. That was beautiful.
Okay, well, now I'm going to talk about Pyrus. And this is a delicately beautiful beer. If I could say that, pinky up and all that. Very, very approachable, very light, very quaffable. I could drink this all day. I mean, just a really nice, easygoing beer. And I could taste the pear in it, and I could taste the pepper, but it was really well balanced. And I think in terms of Saisons, it's a little on the sweet side for me, but I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I gave this puppy a 4.
My body should really not make that sound. So I'm going to use a word that up until a few minutes ago...
There's way too much hang time after that. I'm going to be using a word. Oh, my goodness. Please, protect your children. This is a family beer show.
This would be a good time to just...
Yeah, this is just a good time to tell them to go to another room. Please continue, Dave.
Someone get ready to hit the dump button. No, up until a few minutes ago, this was not a word. Fruit cuppie. And it's weird because before she even said that word about the other beer, I had written this in my notes about this beer earlier.
You guys.
I know, right? Makes you sick.
Adorable.
I want a double-sized bark bucket.
So, but yeah, it reminded me of those little fruit cocktails you get, like with the pears and the other crap.
Wait, that's a good thing?
Yeah, no, but it gets you drunk. So, aside from that, so
I like how quickly the show is degraded.
Childhood memories, So, but no, I definitely got the pear. I didn't get a lot of pepper, but stuff happens. So, I would give this one a 3.
Ah, what a relief. And Good Boy Mike, what do you think?
I think Dave needs to come up with his own original word. That's what I think. That would be rather interesting. Well, I wrote down fruit cuppie.
I'm sure you did.
You guys are made for each other. MFEO.
Sorry. I couldn't resist.
Wow.
So I wrote down lots of zest citrus. I thought it was kind of almost approaching Belgian wit. Because it had nearly that kind of bubblegum, kind of sweetness about it. Very clean finish. I wrote down, you could chug this stuff.
Well,
I know someone who could
chug just about anything.
Yeah. No, this is a very good Saison. I don't know that I would agree with the fall and winter thing. I don't know. To me, this was
kind of springy.
Yeah, I thought it was rather spring, more spring Saison than anything.
Unless the fall in St. Louis is the precursor to the winter, so
Wait,
that's just
like,
fall.
you know what I mean?
Everywhere?
Like winter in St. Louis is rather white and cold, so maybe this is the
September.
calm before this.
Let's just step away from the Provel.
Let's think about that
a couple
for a
of
minute.
steps back from what we've just said.
There's two things that are going. So September is the season of hope. It is the season of hope that the Rams will not suck. It is also the season, the end of the baseball season, that they'll hope that they'll make yet another playoff season. So they should maybe call this the Saison of hope.
Wow.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thank you,
But
Dave.
no, there's no
I know you're
longer
just.
the Rams.
You're
I was going to
marveling
say
at
the Rams
measure
are no
of me,
more,
too.
I don't
right?
even know
I
what
think
to
I
do
need
with
to
it.
move on.
I think the
I'm not
Rams
even
are
gonna-
hopeless.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that with a sound.
My SUDS rating for Pyrus is going to be a 4.
Body should really not make that sound. Okay, so I get to talk about the smoked Pigasus. Yay.
Fruit cuppie.
No. This is...
It's actually pork cuppie.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoked fruit cuppie.
This is a beautiful beer, but in a whole different way. Okay, so Smoked Pigasus is a robust and delicious porter brewed with rye, smoked malt, and maple syrup. The maple syrup provides a perfect balance for the smoked malt. Smoked Pigasus pours a deep mahogany with aromas of chocolate, smoke, and caramel. A big thank you to Pappy's Smokehouse. And, oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm smelling the Pappies in there. That is one of like the best places to go after you go to the Arch. You just need to go there soon. And then you go to Urban Chestnut. Well, and then you go to Four Hands.
We're not talking about Urban Chestnut.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so this beer, the aroma on it is beautiful because you can smell the maple syrup in a not fake maple syrupy way, and the smoke is just, it's not a sweet smoke, and I know that sounds weird, but it lends itself to the sweetness of the maple syrup. And then you taste it, and I mean, it's a party in your mouth in many ways, because you're getting the sweetness of the maple syrup, and like I feel like I'm having breakfast, but then I get the smoke, and I feel like I should be having bacon to go with it. And I know that sounds weird, but that's me. Anyways, Four Hands, thank you for making this beer. I love you. I'm giving it a 4.
Body should really not make that sound.
Dave, what do you think?
What? Oh. Nobody ever asked me that.
Sorry, it did not say dramatic pause there, okay?
No, wow, somebody wants to know what I think.
You know, that's the moment that people just completely change to another station. Right there.
Oh, well, believe me, they've changed stations already.
Wow.
So
It started with fruit cuppie.
Yep, I agree. Long time ago.
I was thinking about eating a fruit cup when I was a kid. Yeah. So, which Pigasus, yeah. So, it smelled pretty good. It tasted a little old to me, but I don't know. That could just be me. And it finished a little chocolatey. So, wow.
Wait, you're saying you smell old? Is that what you're saying here, Dave?
Well, you are near me. So.
Okay, all right. Something smells old here at the table.
It's bitey scratchy.
Oh. No, it's itchy bitchy.
Yeah.
Not the princess. Stop it.
Sorry. It's a studio cat, everybody.
So I'm going to, just because I don't want to be a total, whatever, fruit cuppy, I'm going to give this beer a 3.
Oh, what a relief. Okay, Mike, redeem everybody here. Or not. Okay.
Going the wrong way with that one.
I'm sorry, it was dramatic pause. I was going for the same effect Dave was going
It was in the script.
I was waiting for them to change the channel back to us.
1 beat, 2,
There you go.
3.
Yeah. So, Smoked Pigasus. I wrote, this was, when this was on tap at the brewery, it was really, really good. I mean, it was amazing. I remember having it. I am not probably the biggest smoked beer fan, but I definitely remember this being very distinctive, in their lineup, because, I don't know, smoked beers tend to be very polarizing for me. They're either really good or they just, really suck, There doesn't seem to be really a lot of middle ground. So I did find that the smoke was a bit overwhelming on this particular sample we had today. It's still lots of chocolate bitterness, kind of all this, and so you could definitely see that was coming through. In the description, it said maple syrup. I don't think so. Negative.
Really?
Yeah.
Burn.
I don't think so.
I think it sucks.
I think that sucks. I think it sucks.
Ouch, here it comes.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but we're headed down that path, and my SUDS rating for Smoked Pigasus is going to be a 2.
Was that a belch?
Yeah, that's right.
I think that was my heart
Was that a
dying.
flying pig falling out of the
Like
sky?
I said, it's polarizing.
Yes.
Oh, man. Where's the Pink Floyd songs when you need them? Okay.
Sparky.
So I hope my rabbi never hears that I reviewed a beer called Smoked Pigasus. That could be problematic. It's a good thing I'm the worst Jew in the city and love all of the pork products already, so that's good. We're safe.
Here, I'll take your plate of salami away from you while you're rating
This is kosher charcuterie. That's got to be a thing, right? I'm in love with this. I'm right there with you, Julie. This was the party in my mouth. Fruit cuppie or fruit cupper, either one. On the nose, I got the maple, I got the smoke. There was love in there. There was actually the smell of love. I smelled it. Yes. No. And then on the taste, I got mocha, sweet maple, this great smoky balance, because I too, too much smoke destroys me. I love barbecue. And chocolate, it's just all of the great things happening. I think Pappy's Smokehouse as well. I am sure there was some pork smoke in there somewhere that made this the great beer that it was in that malt.
I think you might have been smoking something else, man.
I was huffing something, yes. Just judgment-free table. But four for that bad boy.
Wow. Surely not make that sound.
Like I said, polarizing.
Truth.
Why don't you guys hold hands and enjoy the fruit cup in the corner?
I don't want to interrupt the original fruit cup team, though. I just jeez.
You're a part of the fruit cup team. What are you talking about?
You should have.
All right. So, good old boy Dave, what do you want to talk about now?
I'm going to talk about marsupials. So,
okay.
But no, actually, I'm going to talk about Opus. Opus is a Saison brewed with tea and fruit. The perfect accompaniment to the warmer months, this farmhouse style has a bright citrusy aroma with notes of tea and spice. Opus pours golden in color with a firm white head. That sounds filthy.
What's in your mind, Dave? That's what we need to be worried about.
Fruit
here.
cups.
Infused with...
Yeah.
So, this beer tasted like fruit tea to me. And being from the South, you get a lot of fruit tea. I don't like fruit tea. I like sweet tea, but I don't like fruit tea. And this tasted like fruit tea. So you can kind of guess where I'm going to go with this, that I was not a huge fan of the Opus. Although it did finish well for me. It had a nice kind of a crisp little finish to it. So I'm not going to totally pan it. I'm going to give it a 3.
What a relief. Good old boy Mike, what'd you think?
Well, it's interesting. I wrote down my tasting notes that it was it's a nearly fruit-infused tea. So much like Dave, being in different parts of the South, I mean, we always get to taste a lot of very interesting combinations with traditional iced tea. But I think I was actually thinking of teas that are usually infused with fruits, loose teas, that you would normally have. That's kind of where this was headed. I wrote down a spice bomb. I really thought that there was just a lot of spices, just washing over this. There was clove or cinnamon or just, a whole bunch of other things that don't necessarily always belong in a beer. I wrote down starfruit or mango as maybe kind of the fruit overtone off this. I didn't particularly enjoy this. I think part of what set up the 1-2 punch for me was just tasting Pyrus that was so good. This was the opposite end of the scale. I didn't particularly care for this. My SUDS rating is 2 for Opus.
Oh, wow. Was that a belch? Good old boy Jason. What'd you think?
So on the nose, I really got a ton of dried fruit. Figs was kind of the first thing that hit me when I was smelling it. Maybe some apricots in there too. Didn't get any tea whatsoever or spices. But then when I drank it, it was like a train wreck of spices, kind of to what Mike was saying. I just
choo-choo, all aboard the clove train.
Yeah, it was just
leaving dock number 33.
It It was somewhat disastrous, and my mouth was hurt. But no, there was that immediately followed by some kind of citrusy, fruity flavors that, I mean, my mouth was a wreck after the spices, and I didn't get any tea whatsoever after the spices and fruit stuff. So I'll take their word that it was a tea beer on that one. But I'm going to have to go ahead and give that one a 2 as well. That was not one of my favorites.
Oh, wow. What's that about? You know, this is interesting because Pyrus, they thought was a fall beer when I thought it was a spring beer. And this, they say, is a summer beer when I think of this as being a fall beer just because of the spice note in it. I know, that sounds weird.
This is like a February beside the fire, beer. When you've run out of really good tea in your own house. Yeah, well,
okay, maybe not quite that, but yes, in terms of, it feels different, and heavier. And I got a lot of fruit flavor, like you guys, were saying that it's a fruit-infused beverage. But the spiciness to me kind of overtook it, and I almost feel like it was like one of those, like it wanted to be kind of like those Christmas mulled, winey, cidery type of thing.
Like a potpourri burning on the stove kind of thing going on.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of got lost in it, and I don't necessarily mean that in an ooh-la-la way.
What? How many fruit cups would you rate it?
I give it 3 ooh-la-las.
I give it 2 blocks of Provel.
No, I mean, I just wanted to like it, but I just had issues with it. So anyways, I gave this a 3.
Oh, what a relief.
We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in the midst of a brewery takeover with Four Hands Brewing Company in St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay calm. We're taking over.
Exactly. Not that abruptly, though.
It's a fruit cuppie takeover. That's what it is.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yep.
Man.
Nobody expects a fruit cuppie.
Oh.
That's how they get you.
I guess so. Well, we have so far discussed 4 beers from Four Hands, and now we are going to talk about the last one. So, good old boy Mike, please introduce.
Yeah, so this is another new beer to the lineup for Four Hands that was introduced a couple years ago. It is called Send Help. And Send Help was made in collaboration with Randy Ploser. Hopefully I'm saying these correct. Todd Bratrude.
Pretty sure you messed that one up.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. More beer, table 6. And Send Help skateboards. It's an extremely crushable, dry-hopped blonde ale, pouring straw in color with a crisp bitterness and an abundance of hop aroma. Send Help is the go-to beer for summer, is the description from the brewer. This is widely available in cans, and you can find this pretty easily. So this was a beer that they... it was kind of a marketing collaboration thing that they did, for this beer. I don't know all the individuals involved, but I remember when it came out and there was like a whole marketing campaign, and it was really kind of geared towards a certain demographic, that 20-something crowd that are legal enough to drink. So
and like to skateboard and drink at the same.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Skateboard with a beer in your hand.
It's actually described as a Northwest hopped IPA, I believe is the style that's declared out of this. Here's some of my tasting notes on this. It's very dry. It's very clean. I got lots of dry hay off of this. It was very barnhousey. Thank you.
Barnhousey.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get that term that, when I get people quoting us and using barnhousey, I know we have reached the bottom. Actually, we reached the bottom. What about?
So we're there.
Fruit cuppie.
28 minutes ago,
Fruit
Dave.
cuppie.
About
was
half
named
past.
official
About half past fruit cuppie.
Yep.
We were there.
Pretty much, yep. So, I've had several of these beers, since it first came out. It's one of those beers that I keep going back to and going, I know there's something here. I'm not really quite sure what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. It is very different, the hop profile off this. My SUDS rating for the Send Help is going to be a 3.
What a relief. Good old boy Jason, what do you think?
I definitely, the first thing I noticed was that there was very hoppy, resiny on the nose. Just, you could totally tell that it was definitely an IPA. And then from the taste of it, I really didn't get any alcohol at all. I was very surprised, and I didn't realize it was a session when I first tried it, but obviously it is. It's strangely enough, it doesn't taste as hoppy as the smell is. I expected something a lot more, assaulting me with hops, but it really wasn't. The bark was not as the bite wasn't as bad as the bark, I should say. But very straightforward. Not a lot of complexity. It seems like what would be a great session IPA all in all, and I'd have to give it.
I forgot you asked me in the middle of us tasting this. You were like, "What's the ABV?" And I said, "Yeah, I think this is a session IPA."
Yeah. Absolutely.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 on that, yeah. And so I'd say, a decent 3.
Okay. Oh, what a relief.
I mean, it's a 4 or 5 that tastes like a 3.
Yeah.
Or it's a little fruit cuppy for an IPA.
It's a little fruit cupper.
Wow.
For all of your drinking and skateboarding needs.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
For that.
That's what I want. I want a good 6-pack while I put myself on a moving object with 4 wheels. It's 3 inches off the ground.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I agree.
This is a recipe
pretty
for
much
winning.
like this show. What could go wrong? Microphones and beer.
Next. Okay, so let me talk about Send Help here for a second.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, since I'm up next.
That's a little off topic.
Yeah.
No, okay,
Sounds
so
like
when
she's sending up a flare.
So when I think of skater boys, I think of guys that are just, they're into their thing. They don't want any frills. They don't want any, they're kind of basic in how they, you know what I mean? They're in the moment, they're doing their skating thing, and periphery doesn't mean much to them. They're really not flashy kind of guys. This beer to me is kind of flashy in the sense of, yes, it's West Coast hoppiness, but it's got this champagne-y kind of texture in my mouth too, which makes it to me kind of fancy for it being an IPA. I know this sounds kind of weird, but
Can you skateboard with your pinky in the air while crushing one of these? Because
well, no. See,
if
that's just
a
it.
thing. I'm having a hard
Could
time
be.
seeing
part of
that.
the
Right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
campaign
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is a pinky up kind of beer. However,
That skateboarder has an ascot, and he's holding a can with his pinky in the air.
With his monocle.
Pick up a 6-pack now at your favorite retailer.
I say, this session IPA is crushable.
Oh,
Look
cool.
at me on the half pipe.
Old man.
What, pip, pip.
okay, but dang it, I like it though.
Dang it. You guys stop making jokes, okay? We're trying to talk serious here.
Yeah, I am. No,
Like a roller coaster beer.
but I dig it though. I do, because that crispness, is because it is a session beer and it's not, the full-fledged IPAs that we all know and love from the West Coast. Hop profile, though, I like the hop profile, and I like that the fact that it's a little different than traditional West Coast IPAs. And I could see why this could be a good, summer beer to some people. So, fine, heck with you. I'm giving it a 4.
Wow.
I like it.
You should really not make that noise.
I'll take my fruit cup and my monocle and my skateboard, and I'll be on my way. Thank you very much.
Pretty much, yeah. So, Dave, you talk about this beer now.
So when I think about Skater Boys,
Good luck.
and I always think about Skater Boys,
So dreamy.
with all their little wheels just turning, doing their little tricks.
So rad.
So I usually think about Gleaming the Cube. I don't know how many of you remember
Did he
that.
say gleaming the cube or polishing the knob?
Yeah,
I'm
whoa.
not really quite sure.
Hello.
I was talking about a Christian Slater movie from the 80s.
Okay, all right.
I am sorry, St. Louis and the rest of America.
I believe
We have failed you in ways.
Please take the children in the other room for this beer show.
And once again.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we are.
So, anyways, maybe we should just talk about fruit cups.
I'm a Del Monte man myself.
Del Monte, they got it going on. Anyway, so send help. I really enjoyed this beer. I thought it was a beer that I could, good lawnmower beer, hang out, pulling the lawnmower around, pulling the skateboard around on your lawnmower, doing that kind of stuff.
That's a thing.
I was trying to
That is a
high five
thing.
you there, like as in, yeah, cool.
I thought you were
No,
giving me a quadruple flip off.
no.
So,
I thought she was telling you it's taking you 5 minutes to pick a number
Yeah.
from 1 to 5.
talk to the hand. So, what were we even talking about?
Pick a number.
Beer,
Yeah.
yes.
So, fine. I will give this beer a 4.
Man.
Oh, but I should really not make that sound.
It's like pulling teeth.
Oh, it
Yes,
is.
it was.
Okay. So while we're on the subject of a brewery from St. Louis,
And pulling teeth.
no, not pulling teeth, why don't we talk about the beer scene in St. Louis?
Yeah, so this is good old boy Mike. So I had a great pleasure of hanging out with a lot of folks in the St. Louis area for quite some time, and really very vibrant craft beer community in the St. Louis area. Four Hands has really good position in the beer community. A lot of it is because they were one of the first craft brewers to package their products, both in bottles and in cans, but mainly in cans. So one of the local grocery store chains, Schnucks, that is both in the St. Louis area as well as across the river in Indiana as well as in Kentucky, they have been very instrumental in getting a lot of these craft products, out to a very broad audience. And so it's been really great to see the fact that you can pick up, Four Hands almost at a convenience store now. So that's really cool. They don't really hug their product line as much.
People need hugs.
They do have some products in their product line that they've made for a long time, like Single Speed is another beer that's in their lineup that has been there for a very long time. But even some of these newer products that we've had today, like Resurrected and Send Help, were very new to their product line. Cast Iron Brown is another really great product that they have in their product line, and they've made for a long time. One of my favorite browns, that's probably made in the St. Louis area. So really, really great. And so Four Hands they have great position in what is a very tough beer town. So
Yeah.
this is Ground Zero for InBev. The Anheuser-Busch brewery headquarters is there in St. Louis.
Does that really count as beer, though?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
And So there's really some other great brewers that are in the St. Louis area. We'll probably be able to talk about a lot of these beers over time, but you have Urban Chestnut, really great brewer in the area.
Perennial.
We've covered a lot
Civil
of
Life.
We've covered both Perennial as well as I think we've talked a little bit about Side Project, at least on the Perennial show with Corey.
And then there's 6 Row in the old Falstaff space.
Yeah. So there's really a very vibrant beer community.
Bud Light.
Negative, Dave.
Wait, there's that one beer that has like rice and beechwood aging, and I
think
can't.
it's got something to do with royalty. Or something.
Right? Yeah, I think so. And horses or
yes.
something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No,
I hear people enjoy it.
almost as much as Provel.
Well, one of the things that Four Hands really has a really great brew pub, and there's not a whole lot of things that are right there in that immediate area around the brewery.
But they are close to Busch Stadium.
They are. They're literally within walking distance of Busch Stadium, and I do find that a lot of people there's ample parking, on that side of the stadium, and so a lot of people are in proximity usually to the brewery then. There's a couple of restaurants that are right by their Mission. There's a Mission Taco that's right there. There's also Oyster Bar, Oyster House, that is right there as well next to the brewery. And
I hear they get their oysters straight out of the Mississippi. Is that true?
I don't know about that particular Oyster House. So
I don't think so.
Yeah. But,
Danger.
Just saying what I heard.
Yeah.
The big muddy.
Definitely a very, vibrant beer community. And Four Hands is really a huge, juggernaut. I didn't mention Schlafly, in the lineup as well. Really great brewer in the St. Louis area. And I think what I really love about a lot of those brewers is they don't tend to get in each other's way.
No.
They're not really making a lot of Me Too beers, and so there's not a lot of competition with everybody making a lot of the same stuff.
Sure.
Like, I don't know of anybody else that's making anything like that cast iron brown in the St. Louis area quite the same way.
Right.
There's a brown that's made at Urban Chestnut, but it's very different than anything like you would have, out of the Four Hands lineup. So
yeah. And just to mention too, like I remember going to Civil Life and really liking, and that's another brewery that I really like.
Yeah, big time.
But the thing is they all have their own niche. They're all very respectful of the other brewers that are, within practically a stone's throw. I mean, especially 6 Row and Urban Chestnut are like, almost practically across the street from each other. And then the Schlafly Tap Room is like really close by too, all on that one road. Just the fact that they're, so comfortable with each other and, with all the little, not collaborations, but with the little things.
Fruit Cup.
No, but with all the little events that they have. And there are so many breweries in that area that they're all respectful not to have an event going on with the, both places, like 2 or 3 places having an event going on at the same time. I think that's really awesome, considering how many of them there are there.
Yeah, so I wanted to mention a couple other places that are kind of an integral part of the beer community besides just the breweries themselves. So one of our Good Belting Zone nominees is the Bridge Tap Room house from Mike Bailey's group of restaurants. Really fabulous place. I could literally hang in there for just months and days and weeks. I mean, it's just really, really great. I love the staff there for sure. Another really great juggernaut. So I actually stayed right around Benton Park, was the part of town that I stayed in. So I really got to know a lot of our good friends there at InBev. So I drove by the brewery every single day.
Flipped them off every day.
And, I have to say the brewery tour is pretty cool.
It's awesome. It's a beautiful building, and the facilities, it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory meets beer.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
We're willing to wait.
They are. Oh, and another shout out too to Square One.
Yeah.
Yes, a place that not only makes beer but also makes an amazing amount of spirits and good spirits. I mean, not just in the whoo-hoo, we're having a good time, but...
Delicious booze.
Yes, delicious booze. Anyways.
From their delicious beer.
Yeah. Well, I think this was a good discussion about Four Hands, and yay, St. Louis, we love you as a beer community. Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up today, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, which, well, I hope you did. Anyways, and you can catch all of our episodes online as well, on SoundCloud and TuneIn and Stitcher and YouTube and PRX and Spreaker, our native media host. iTunes and our own Android app are the easiest ways to enjoy the show on your phone. Just search for Sip Suds Smokes on the iTunes or on the Google Play Store.
We love your feedback, and you can reach us online at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com.
Our daily tasting notes flow out on Twitter every single day. Our handle on Twitter is @SipSudSmoke, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news.
And please do us a favor and take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well.
I want to thank all of our hosts today for another amazing episode. Good old boy Dave.
Hey, I was glad to be here.
Aww.
Not really.
Whatever. Good old boy Mike.
Wow, I hope people come back, enjoy some more fruit cups, and I'll ask them to keep on sipping.
And good old boy Jason.
Just please talk to my parole advisor and let them know that this counts as work.
If only it did.
Oh boy. And I'm good old gal Julieanna. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip Suds and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.